Hola a todos, hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, MetaFit MetaMind con Carla. And if you're new here, welcome. I'm really happy that you are here following this journey. As I know, I've been a little slow posting this. I think a lot of you at this point, if you're watching this video, is probably because you're going through a pregnancy journey or something, or you have had the journey, or you know somebody who is, and you want to learn a little bit more about just different symptoms and different things that moms to be are going to experience through this journey. So again, welcome to the channel. There's a lot that I want to say, and it's taken me a little while to make this, because there was a moment where I felt overwhelmed. I felt this pressure to share, but at the same time I said, nope, I gotta give myself some of that grace and, you know, just go with the flow for a bit, especially for this, because I'm sharing just out of my heart and in hopes of this helping you in some kind of way, right? In some kind of, with some kind of knowledge in a way. So this week I want to talk about weeks 17 through 20, which is part of this second trimester still. And I am recording from a different spot today because I didn't want to record from my usual spot. I feel like it was really hot. We're in Texas. It's summer. It's like hundreds of degrees, yo. Maybe I'm exaggerating, but that's what it feels like now all the time. All right, so where do I want to start? First, let me share this with you that I've been wanting to talk about emotions. I've been wanting to talk about the feelings that go into pregnancy, and just to be plain honest, that my experience, my personal experience, has not been like, you know, that all the time beautiful experience that most people see on the IG, on Facebook, you know, the whole process. I'm really grateful though for those of you who do have those amazing pregnancy experiences all the time. But for me, it's got its up and downs, right? And I just want to remind you that if you have a down day, that's okay. If you have an up day, then that's amazing, right? And one of the first things that I want to talk about here as far as pregnancy and an emotion or a feeling that we have during this time is to just come into this journey, and if you haven't yet, try it out, to come in and practice gratitude with yourself first and foremost. Of course with those around you, but it starts with you, right? Having gratitude for yourself, for your body, what it's capable of doing in this process is going to take you a long way, even on those days that you have a down day. And you're free from this if you don't, okay? And it's just been one of those experiences where I imagined it one way, right? I perceived it one way, and it wasn't all the time that way. Don't get me wrong, it's gotten a lot better. I've been feeling better. Second trimester definitely gets better as far as symptoms. Even though my symptoms weren't terrible, I can say it got better for sure. So again, I'm going to talk about those weeks, but I wanted to start with this emotion of gratitude. Okay, just having the gratitude for yourself, for your body, and for your baby, right? You can, whether you feel your baby yet or not at this point, you know, say thank you body, thank you baby for communicating, or whatever it is that you would want to say. And again, whatever you think, right? And comment below what you experience when you start to practice this gratitude for yourself, right? Because we got to take care of this first. Now, the next thing that I want to talk about is that I did just recently have a training, which I am so grateful about, because I was in a lot of doubt. And so had a NLP certification training through the MMA, the MetaFit MetaMind Academy. And that taught me a lot, that moms are capable of so much as well. I have so much gratitude, and moms are capable of so much. And I'm in so much gratitude there too, because my students had so much patience with me. And so if you have this supporting environment, those people around you, then please show them that as well. Again, I'm gonna go back to this. It starts with you. Okay, now to the main thing. And if you want me to talk more about emotions and how to practice those, then put those in the comments, right? Especially for pregnancy. It's something that I find very important. Also, before I forget, make sure that if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and hit the bell so you can get alerts when I post a new video. All right, I will be looking down or probably at my phone because it's been so long since I shared something. And I have to go back and remember, all right, what were weeks 17 through 20, right? So week 17, right? Week 17, according to the app that I have, well, there's several apps. On that week, baby was the size of a pomegranate. That's cool, right? Baby was about 20.4 according to app centimeters, and I'm like, whoa, you know, like that's insane. Not even a pounder yet. Okay, we had not even made it to the 1 pound club. And on that week, not too much crazy stuff happened. It was one of those weeks in which I just took a baby class. And what else did I do that day? Oh, during that time, there was some changes starting to happen at this place where I worked at. And so I was starting to experience some kind of, you're free from this, some kind of stress, because I had to think about what's next for me. Where are we going? Am I going to continue this journey, right? Am I going to stay with this holistic health company, which is a great company, don't get me wrong, but it was time for us to part ways. So that was on that week. As far as symptoms on week 17, there was a little bit of headache on a couple of those days. Nothing too extreme, nothing too crazy. I didn't need to take anything. And my chest, my breast was still really sensitive here and there. Some days more than the others. And like I said, the second trimester started to feel a lot better. So a lot more energy on this week. I wasn't just like wanting to fall asleep at all times. So that was one of those things that I experienced on that week. What else did I do? Oh, also on that week, as far as just life, because I think you should know that, you know, during pregnancy, it's not just pregnancy, although most of the conversations are about that. Strategizing, right? This year we're gonna do a summit with a couple of my other NLP trainers. And so I've been thinking about all of that. So of course there's a little bit of pressure, a little bit of stress during this week. And I'm just excited for it, right? Going in with excitement here. Then the following week, week 18. So there's not gonna be too much difference here, but on this week, it switched. Things started to switch a little bit, and I started to experience a little bit of backaches. I think it was the shift that was going on. For some reason, during that week, I did experience nausea again, which I was surprised about, that I was still experiencing this out of the first trimester. So if you still somewhat experience nausea, just know that it can be normal. Now, if it's extreme or if you can't hold things down, definitely tell your care provider, your OBGYN, your midwife, whoever is handling your care, that this is happening, because during that process, I know that my cousin-in-law, she experienced this during most of her pregnancy, and she needed to be on this one machine, I forgot what this thing, and that kept her hydrated, because at first she couldn't keep things down. It was, when I heard about this, I felt really bad. And so just know that some women do experience this, but definitely let somebody know, okay? So those were the main things on this week. Some nausea, backaches, fatigue was better, more energy. So 17 and 18 were pretty good. I was taking some baby classes still. I was still going through some, you could say, some interviews, because I wasn't sure what was going on again with my life. So definitely life stress and not so much focus on baby during these couple weeks. Then that following week, week 19, on week 19, baby, according to this app, baby was the size of about a mango, which is really cool to think about because I love mangoes, right? But that's not the purpose here. So 19 weeks, baby was a mango, or my other app said baby was like the size of a heirloom tomato. I'll have to put that here somewhere. And the baby was not about, right, of course this is estimates, about 9.63 ounces. So again, not in the 1 pound club yet. And on this week, I don't think I had baby class. Maybe I did. I think I did. Sometimes I confused my days with when I had baby class. But yes, week 19 was one of those weeks that was just nice. And as far as symptoms, on this week, I experienced, I'm looking at my app and what I put in there. Apparently some friskiness and calm at the same time. Again, backache. Backache seems to be one of the more common ones that I've experienced during these weeks. And now it seems to be dissipating, but 17, 18, 19 definitely started to notice changes. My sleep was better, yet when I woke up, the back pain was what was waking me up. And just so you know as well, one of my themes has been to wake up at 4 in the morning during this whole pregnancy. I joke, but I say that baby likes to party around that time. Now I can feel my baby partying around that same time, but then I would just wake up. So I think baby would cause me to wake up somehow. On that week of what week was that? Week 19. Like I said, not too many crazy things. Nausea again, some bloating for sure, and yeah, it seems like week 19 was even worse with nausea for me, because I had nausea about 3 or 4 of those days, and definitely not very comfortable. I was not throwing up, but it was more of the feeling of needing to throw up, which was not comfortable at all. And then that week there was more of a down week, like more down feeling, because I still didn't know what was going on with my life, and just, you know, going through things, I guess. I did have a theta healing that week with a friend of mine and one of her friends, and if you want to know more about theta healing, I'll put the link in the description below. And that was an interesting experience, because I realized, and something I learned was that this pregnancy has caused me to just be more vocal about what I want, what I do not want, and just respecting a little bit more about those boundaries. Continuing to do at least one baby class per week, which is also cool because it's not just baby. Sometimes we talk about other things about life. Again, if you're in Austin, look into True Care pregnancy and see, you know, if you qualify or just how you can get into that. They don't ask for much, and it's a good resource to have for you to continue to get some learning, some video modules, just things that if you want resources, take it. Okay, I've been a doula. I've you know, had a lot of knowledge about birth, but again, this is something that I said in one of my early videos, was that I'm going into this with being a student and just taking in as much information and learning as I can, to a point where it does not get overwhelming, but to where I can accept there's this much of information that I can take in. When we move over to week 20, this is week 20, and on this week there was definitely cravings. Started to eat more, started to want more different food, more variety. I think I started to eat, not constantly, but to eat a little bit more sushi, or not more sushi, but accepting a little bit more, and of course being aware that it's okay as long as it's cooked and you trust your body, right? On this week, not too many different symptoms, more of life stuff, more life shit, if you will. Oh, and on this week, did I say this? I don't think I said this. Let me see. This is the week in which we had our anatomy scan, okay? And so this was something in which we did on the last day of that 20th week. And, you know, I don't know that I've shared this here before, and if I haven't, well, here you go. The husband and I decided that we were not finding out the gender of our baby, the sex of our baby. And so on that day, we went into the center, we went to the birth center, and, you know, I was like, oh my God, what if they accidentally tell us? I don't want to know, because I had a dream that I was accidentally told, and then I felt guilty because whatever, right? So that was my dream. So coming into this anatomy scan, it was so exciting to just know and figure out. It was a little nervousness too, don't get me wrong. It was a little nervousness because I wondered about the tech. I said, is she that good that she's gonna be really good at not telling us? And so she went through the whole scan, and she, at the beginning, she said, okay, are you gonna want to know the sex of the baby or not? And both of us said no. And that's something I'm super grateful for. Word of the day, grateful, right? Is that my husband has been so supportive of this whole journey of me, of the decisions and how I want to birth, which is so important, and of course in a partnership and in this journey specifically. And he said no, right? So he's been so cool about this too. He's like, why do we need to know as long as the baby's okay, right? So she goes through the whole scan, and then finally she gets to like, okay, I'm about to go between the legs, so I need y'all to turn around. And so I turned towards my left. Well, I turned in this direction. This is my left right now. And I kind of covered myself like this, and then I was watching him over there, and he had his cap, his hat down, and I was just looking at him the whole time. And I was like, oh, I hope he doesn't look. And he didn't, right? Which of course he wasn't. He's got really great control as far as that. And then she said, cool, everything looks great. And then she just gave us the photos without the other photos, and that's about it. So everybody's been wondering, like, you know, right? And we're like, no, we really don't know. So that's been really, really a mystery for everyone, right? Because everybody wonders, like, how are you gonna buy this? What about this? What about baby room? What about that? And to be honest, like, for us, it's about, as long as the baby's good, then everything's good. And I think a few days later, they sent us a message, hey, everything looks good. An OBGYN that they partner with looked at all the scans, everything looked good. The heart rate was, I want to say, in the 130s, 140s on the anatomy scan, which I think has been kind of a theme for my baby. And yeah, so those weeks have been really, really amazing, much better weeks. The main symptoms, I would say, on these weeks have been the backache, a little bit of the breast tenderness, for sure nausea, not necessarily throwing up though, but it was more of the nausea, it's just, I would kind of wake up like this, but nothing would happen. So it was more of like that reflex, I guess. And a little bit more of the down during this week, except on anatomy scan day, then that was just really exciting. And just, you know, going forward, just trying to figure out what was next and what's next for me. So not a lot of different crazy things, just wanted you to know. So let me just summarize this up for you. So week 17, baby was like the size of a pomegranate, I believe I said. Yes. Then week 18, baby was the size of about a cucumber, according to the app. Then the following week, the baby was the size of a mango, which was week 19. Finally, on week 20, baby was the size of a grapefruit. So I'll be putting those here for reference. And then on this week, baby was almost there, but not exactly to the 1 pound club. And so I hope these videos help you with just understanding that some of the symptoms may or may not happen in the beginning. They may or may happen in the next part of pregnancy. Like I said, I thought that nausea and some of these symptoms were just going to be in the beginning. And no, I was incorrect about that. Although I didn't experience so much nausea in the beginning. For me in the beginning, the first trimester was more of the food aversion nausea. This time it was more of just nausea, random nausea, and definitely the cravings, but for sure the backache, because the belly was starting to pop out, I guess. And I've been measuring a little bigger most of this pregnancy. I'm not even talking about my weight. I'm literally talking about my belly, because once you get to, I forgot, 20 or 22 weeks or something, they start to measure your fundus at the birth center. And so it's been really interesting how I've been about 1 point something or 2 centimeters bigger than the weeks that I am. I don't know if that relates to the weeks that I am pregnant, or if that relates to when baby's gonna be here. I actually don't know. If you do know, let me know, because I'm actually curious about that. But yeah, so that is what I have for this video. If you want to share how your weeks between 17 and 20 have been, where you're at, then please comment below. Share with me. I want to hear your beautiful stories, your journey, whether it's up, whether it's down. Just know that I'm here to support. I'm here to have a conversation. I'm here as community, and just to know that we all experience it a little bit different, but the beauty of it, the similar thing is that we're experiencing pregnancy, which is the one common thing we have. And if you're not experiencing pregnancy, then I just know that I'm sending you so much love, and that, you know, if that's whether by choice, amazing. If it's not by choice, then I'm still sending you so much love. And if you have a surrogate, great, right? It's just another way. And if you're choosing to adopt, great, you're still a parent. I'm a stepmom, so I've been a step parent for a good while, and it's been an experience. It's been a journey, a lot to learn, and now gonna go through this biologically, if I will. And it's been a gift to have my little Alex in my life. He's taught me a lot, and he's excited. He's excited about meeting this baby, and of course we are too. And with that being said, I think that's all I got. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with others if you want to share pregnancy journeys or just commonalities or symptoms that may be happening. Emotions, like I said, in my next video I'm going to talk about other emotions, and if there's a specific emotion that you'd like me to talk about, then put it in the comments, because I definitely want to take that feedback and give to you. So with that being said, I'll see you in the next one.